Now, the another field which are also very important, that is application of biotechnology in field of medicine, pharmaceuticals and drug. As well as already we are knowing, whenever we are knowing that gene, that is gene or DNA is blueprint of life. So we have developed so many things with the help of product, and the product which are synthesized under control of particular genes. So taking this advantage, let us discuss one by one how the biotechnology is very useful in field of medicine. Now, recombinant therapeutics has been developed. The recombinant DNA technology processes have enabled mass production of safe and more effective therapeutic drugs. This is the first advantage. The recombinant therapeutics do not induce unwanted immunological responses. Now, number of hormones, vaccines, and that is antibodies, monoclonal antibodies has been developed by the help of biotechnology. Nowadays you are knowing that maximum number of patients in the world is suffering from diabetic diseases, and what is there is not proper secretion of hormone, that is insulin, and therefore the sugar in blood will be increased, and that is very harmful, and it disturbs whole internal organ. So earlier time, if you see that insulin has been produced by some of the conventional method by slaughterhouse, but nowadays when we came to know that there is a particular gene which is responsible for production of insulin, and that gene has been isolated and utilized to in vitro production of insulin and utilized for the treatment of diabetic patient. So first I will discuss about the genetically engineered insulin, and it is also known as Humulin. So Lilly was a company that developed first time insulin, and it was known as Humulin. So management of adult onset diabetes is possible by taking insulin at regular time interval. When one person is not able to produce much of the insulin which are optimum level to catalyze the sugar. Insulin used for diabetes was earlier extracted from the pancreas of slaughtered cattle and pig, but it developed allergies in some patients. So what I told earlier, with the conventional method or earlier methodology was to achieve the insulin from the pancreas of slaughtered cattle and pigs, and it was not so good because some of the patients feel allergy. So insulin consists of two short polypeptide chains, chain A and chain B, that are linked together by disulfide bases. In human, in mammal, insulin is synthesized as a prohormone like proenzyme, which contain an extra stress called the C-peptide. The C-peptide is not present in the mature insulin, and is removed during the maturation of insulin. So what? So that there is three chain, you can say that is chain A, chain B and chain C. In mature insulin, chain C is removed, only A and B will be there. To produce insulin, two DNA sequences are prepared corresponding to A and B chains of human insulin and introduced in plasmid of Escherichia coli to produce insulin chain. So already we have discussed earlier at the time of cloning of gene using the vector. So here Escherichia coli work as a vector, that is plasmid there, Escherichia coli, and the plasmid will be in plasmid there will be introduced gene A and gene B chain, and therefore they will produce the insulin. Chain A and chain B are produced separately, extracted and combined by certain disulfide bond to form human insulin. So this is very ideal idea. See, both the chain A and B, which was present in mature insulin, and gene A and the gene for A chain and gene for B chain has been introduced, and separately both will be synthesized, and after that both will be joined together by disulfide bond. So human insulin has been produced in huge amount. Now another way and advantage of biotechnology in the field of gene therapy. So whenever we are doing that, sometimes there is different gene and our gene is not working properly and they are producing some of the diseases. So in place of different gene, a new gene or that is actual gene or working gene which will be introduced, and that process is known as gene therapy. So gene therapy is an attempt to correct a gene defect that has diagnosed in a child or an embryo stage. Correction of genetic defect involves delivery of a normal gene into the individual or embryo to take over the function and of compensate for the non-functional gene. So non-functional will be removed, in place of that a active gene will be attached. So this is the delivery system. Vector bind to the membrane, so that is retrovectors, and then there is model where with the help of vectors this is viral DNA, this is viral DNA, this is a new gene which is now need to introduce into the child stage or in embryo stage. So this is, in this way it has been entered. So by the help of adenoviruses, this gene therapy may be occur, and it is very, very important to cure the patient or cure the particular disease. The first clinical gene therapy was given in 1990 for adenosine deaminase deficiency. So in that case, adenosine deaminase deficiency is crucial for immune system to function. The disorder is caused due to the deletion of the gene for adenosine deaminase gene. Adenosine deaminase, that is enzyme, which are not produced due to deletion of the gene, and therefore this deficiency has been cured. So adenosine deaminase deficiency can also be cured by bone marrow transplantation. जब प्रतिरोधी क्षमता कम हो जाती थी, उस समय बोन मैरो को ट्रांसप्लांट करके रेजिस्टेंसी और इम्यूनिटी वाज डेवलप्ड. So what in early time? Enzyme replacement therapy was there. Enzyme. Both these approaches are not completely curative. Whatever the approach was earlier took in account to cure the patient was not sufficient. So gene therapy for ADA deficiency is carried out as follows. Our defense system, our immunity has the lymphocyte cell, and lymphocyte cell is not having this particular gene. So what will be there? So first, by this way, lymphocytes from patient blood are grown in the culture outside the body. Lymphocyte cells, which are very important for production of antibodies. A functional ADA complementary DNA is introduced into the lymphocytes. Defense cell. The lymphocytes are subsequently returned to the patient. Now it has developed outside, and whenever this particular cDNA of the gene ADA has been introduced into the lymphocyte, and again that lymphocyte will be introduced into the patient. So there it will be work. However, lymphocytes are not immortal, so the patient requires periodic infusion of such genetically engineered lymphocyte. So what we have achieved by gene therapy in this process, lymphocyte which has been genetically modified by the ADA cDNA, and then it worked and it introduced time to time, because it is not immortal, that lymphocyte. If the gene isolates from marrow cells producing ADA is introduced into cell at early embryonic stages, it could be a permanent cure. So this is the treatment. But one thing is very important. Students know that diagnosis is the first stage of the treatment. If you don't diagnose the diseases, you can't start the treatment. So doctor first want to know what kind of disease is there, and that is by the help of diagnostic processes. So in early time, that is pathological or conventional method for the diagnosis of diseases like pathogenic or viral diseases, and in early stages of the infection, the concentration of pathogens are as well as any disease causing agent was very low, and at the time of early stage of diseases it couldn't analyze by the conventional process. So therefore nowadays, with the help of molecular probe, the molecular diagnosis is very approachable, and quickly by the help of PCR technology we can diagnose the disease and the proper treatment will be started. So just to see here, recombinant DNA technology, polymerase chain reaction PCR, just I told you, and enzyme linked immunosorbent assay, that is known as ELISA, are some of the techniques for molecular diagnosis. Very low concentration of bacteria, viruses can be detected by amplification of their replication by polymerase chain reaction. PCR is now routinely used to detect HIV in suspected AIDS patient and mutation in genes in suspected cancer patient. Nowadays, there are This technology has been utilized to diagnose the corona patient also. That is PCR technology. Number of PCR labs has been developed to study the corona viruses. A single stranded DNA or RNA tagged with a radioactive probe. Probe is known sequences of DNA of that particular pathogens is allowed to hybridize followed by the detection using autoradiography, and this methodology, autoradiography general purposes, already we have discussed in our first chapter, that is a principle and mechanism of the biotechnology. So the clone having the mutated gene will not appear on the photographic film because the probe will not have complementary with the mutated gene. So this is the process of PCR technology. Here there is double stranded DNA, high temperature, that is at the high temperature near about 95 degrees Celsius, there is denaturation. Already this process already I have discussed in my earlier chapter. ELISA is based on the principle of antigen-antibody interaction. Infection by pathogen can be detected by detecting the antibodies synthesized against the pathogens. So one very important to know that at the moment when any pathogen infect to us or to the human being or to the mammal, immediately that infection or any kind of toxin which has been entered into the human or any mammal body, immediately what will be there? The lymphocyte cell will activate and produce the antibodies. So by the link of antigen and antibodies, we can also diagnose easily the pathogens or diagnose the diseases. And there is a hybridoma technology. By this hybridoma technology, which is very important mechanism developed by the different steps taken account in the field of biotechnology to production of monoclonal antibody, which are very important to cure the disease.